Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're just going to be having a look at stages 303, chapters 7 through to 12, and that is for Lost City. Now, what I do in these videos is I go through each stage. So for this one, for example, Glory and Synergy Mates, I will show off a team that you could potentially win with as more a free-to-play player, and also a team that would be currently the most optimal team for each different mission. So say for example, if you're going to go on quick battle and you want to prioritize stage clear, we can edit these. We can pop in a specific team, the most optimal team, click save, and then you run through with that team, and that's how you get the most stars as quickly as possible. Is you keep running through with different team builds, and then eventually you'll pass the entire stage with the team builds that you do set up, because you do have that quick battle option. Now, I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm going to go through each stage individually. Now, before I do carry on, I just want to say thanks very much for watching so far. If it does interest you, please do consider subscribing. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and really looking to get there as quickly as possible so that my my wife can stop nagging me. So yeah, please do, and let's jump in. So this is Glorians, the standard Glorian team that I ran sort of before the season started, before I needed to or before I had a lot of these units available before they came out, would be Nawi, Lily and Leah, Talanas. These three are your core Glorian units. They built up, they were primarily the ones that I used to pass through the stage. You had Gwyn in there as well, and I would use either Atrops if I needed to clear in under 6 rounds, or if I wanted more survivability, I would use Macaria in this slot because of the 3 Monarch synergy. So depending on how you need to pass it, if it's Glorians with 5 survivors and 60% HP or more, you use Macaria for this setup, and Atrops if you want to pass it in under 6 rounds. So let's just demonstrate that now. Previously my relics were like something like this. I had Hand of Tyr quite early on. It was only 1 or 2 stars, but it was enough. The simple fact that it resets all of your relics, big help. So I'd prioritise getting that as quickly as possible if you want to pass through these stages. Now, I think we can jump in with this team. We've got our 4 Glorians, which will hit the criteria for this, and we just need to beat in under 6 rounds. Now, the reason that I went with Atrops in order to do this is because of the Striker synergy that she has with Nawi. The Striker synergy will build both of their attacks up by 25% every round. If you were to go even further, you could take out Gwyn instead. You could put in an additional Striker to get the attack of the entire team up by 25% every round. But as it stands, I think this will be good enough. We should be able to clear this out quite quickly, especially if Nawi does proc. No, she didn't, unfortunately. But she has known to wipe out teams in turn 1. But we'll just see the effectiveness in this of this team, and we'll build it up over time. Again, Gwyn usually goes in this first slot. Oh, that's painful. That's painful. But we should start to build up here as well. Yep, so there we go. And we do have the Fortitude effect, and that will apply to Gwyn. So Gwyn, if you have his exclusive runes, very powerful. Every time the team's total buff stacks go above 80, he will get 5 stacks of Holy Shield. And Talanas, again, she will stun the entire enemy team if her stacks are above 6. So if she's got more than 6 attack stacks, she will stun the entire enemy team for 1 round. If she has more than 12 stacks of attack buff, which you can get through Lily and Leah, increasing the stack limit, you can get her up to a 2-round stun as well. So just something to keep in mind here. As you can see, we're now out of that 2-round stun phase, and we're back on the normal attacks. Hopefully proccing Nawi. Yep, there we go. Nawi has been procced, and I think Win to finish things off after we get the Leer, of course. But that Fortitude effect as well, saving Gwyn. And then, yep, finally, one last... There we go, perfect. So, that was the stage 3037, the first one that we're going to go through. And then we're going to go through a couple more in this same fashion. So now we need Celestials or Deviants. The team that I ran was exactly the same team as you've just seen. Like this. But because we need Survivors 5 with HP 60% or more, you can take out Atrops and you can go ahead and put Macaria in. Wrong one. We can go ahead and put Macaria in. Macaria, again, she will hit that criteria. So we've got 3 Celestials, 3 Deviants. And I think this should be absolutely fine in order for us to proceed with. So we can jump in like this. Should be absolutely fine. Again, when we get to more difficult stages, we'll need to use different team builds. But for now, I think this one is absolutely fine. You have your 3 Monarchs in here. You have 2 Deviants, and you have 2 Verdians as well within the synergy itself. No Celestial for Talanas to bounce off. But again, I don't think it's required. As you can see, every time the enemy attacks us, we apply attack stacks. And every time we attack the enemy, we also apply defense buffs or defense debuffs, and as well we also apply defense debuffs whenever they attack us. So as you can see, when they attack us, we get attack and they lose defense, and whenever we attack them, or whenever Nawi attacks, she will apply defense reduction on the target she hits as well. Let's have a look at this. So we proc, they do get the physical a magical defense increases, but we also then apply the physical and magical defense reduction as well. So I think they're up to the maximum amount of stacks here, and no proc from Macaria, unfortunately. And just because we don't have, or because one of the enemies died, they removed all of our buffs. So as you can see, we're building up again, but the problem with this is that Talanas did not get that 2-turn stun off. It can be very annoying. The fact that Talanas is so slow. I think if you want to start using her again properly, then she does need a skin. She needs a skin that's going to increase her speed by either 5 or 10. I would hope 10. Just because I want to see Talanas shine again. She was absolutely fantastic about a year ago, but she has been outdated since. She still goes on the Glorian Monarch team, because the Glorian Monarch team is a fantastic team, and she supports Audrey really well, but she's just not. Oof, painful. But she's just not. So I think that's us over actually, primarily because we don't have 5 survivors. But what we'll do is we can just change you 2 round. We can see that Gwyn taking damage is the problem. Having him in this first slot, if he had his exclusive runes, would be better in my opinion. But again, it is what it is. I think we can go ahead and skip this, and there we go, 5 rounds, and we're able to get our 5 survivors now as well. Oop. Yeah. Just let me repeat the same one. If I fail it, let me repeat the same one. Come on, devs. Let's go. We should be absolutely fine here. Oh, no, it is that first slot again. What a pain. Right, okay. Alright, okay. Well, we'll take Lily and Leah out. We'll put our traps in. And we'll see how this one goes. I suspect we'll be absolutely fine. Again, that first slot. Oh, my goodness me. Massively pulling the wool over my eyes here. Let's swap you around. The reason that I'm putting Atrops in that slot as well is just because... Oh! Oh! Right, okay. What a pain. What a pain.
I will illuminate the world.
Shall we help them? Why not?
with a clear mind and keep the kingdom stable.
Right, let's see how this one goes. Don't mess this up.
They will never
Much
forget
better.
this moment. Victories within
Much better. Unbelievable. Right, yeah, okay. My apologies for that. So we did our best, but again, apparently the other team was not good enough for that one particular stage. So it is what it is. Now, this is Avengers. So this is slightly different in that we can take you out and we can go ahead and... Where have you gone? Let's try Sphere for this one, because we need to beat it in under 6 rounds. What I will do, I'm going to build a partial Avengers team. And what we're going to do is we are going to go you, we'll go you, and then we're going to go Atrops as well. The reason that I'm going to go Atrops is primarily because I want Celine to take as much damage as possible, but I also need to heal back up. Now we have Lachesis in this top left corner here, primarily to heal Celine, but also we want Atrops as well to heal Celine. So in case you don't know, if you get Atrops Light Seeker synergy up, then she will heal on this particular... she will heal on her ultimate and on her active skill as well. So we do get a bit of reflect damage here and get a popped Holy Shield and hopefully Sal to start taking some damage. And as well, the enemy Lachesis should see to it. So we remove all of their buffs, they remove all of our buffs. Now we get to increase our own attack and hopefully Sal to start taking a bit of damage on this one. So we do get Aphrodite to trigger. And we will also start to heal up with Sal. So you see how Sal has taken damage here? That's what we want. We want Sal to take as much damage as possible and heal it back up as quickly as possible as well. The reason for that is because of Sal's runes. So Sal's runes, when he takes damage like this and he heals it back up, like this, for example, healed it up back then, he gets 20% of that as attack back. So on this next shot, he's going to one-shot Minotaur, yep. So it's doing 1,000 million now, as you can see, outputting way more damage than the rest of the team. And that's thanks to the synergy, the Striker synergy between him and Atrops. Atrops increasing his attack with heals, and also when he takes damage and heals it back up, he also gains that as attack as well. Now we do need to beat this in the next 2 rounds, but I'm sure that we will. Yeah. Especially with Sal doing so much damage on even a basic attack. And then Sylvan there. So that's good for us. We like it when Sal takes all of that damage. What we need is for, Lachesis to give a full heal there and power Sal up. So 20% of the healing received, he healed all the way back up. So we do get that health back as well, which is good. And then Sal to finish things off. Yeah, so 4,000 million just on one enemy alone. Mavis here to hopefully finish things off. Yeah, there we go. So that's 5 rounds, and that's Avengers. Again, Sal and Atrops and any other Avengers will do you for that stage. Now we've got Celestials and Deviants again, and we need to stay alive for more than... Let's have a bit of fun with this one. Now you can use the Monarch team that I've shown you previously. You can also use the Monarch team on Mystifiers in order to pass through this stage. But we're going to have a little bit of fun with this. So we'll pop you in, get as much damage as possible. We'll go you, and Cleo. We'll go Astrid, and we'll go Seraphina. Now this is a very powerful combo. So I'll play it through. But in effect, Astrid gives double ults to the unit who goes second. We've got Seraphina's skin, which allows her to go first before Cleo, and then Cleo will double ult, and then directly after, Dahlia will switch with Cleo, doubling Cleo's buffs, making her even more powerful on the next round as well. So as you can see here, we are still dealing reflect damage, but so 121 million on turn 1 is absolutely fantastic. Now for anybody who does not have Orphelia's runes, Really, really powerful, and I would suggest prioritizing those runes. The reason for that is every time Sanctuary is procced from Ophelia or from anywhere, units will increase their HP by 50%, but then also increase their attack by 20% as well. So we do get the switch here, and this should be instant death, 21,000 million attack. It's not bad. It's not bad, and you can brush through the entirety of all of these stages with this team, and you'll get 2 stars for each one, typically, except for the Celestials trials, in which case you will get 3 stars for those. So not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all. Now, we do have 3 Dooms in this setup. We can use those Dooms, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do instead is build an actual Dooms team and just see how well that does. And I'm going to use Athena. Athena has really grown on me over the course of the past, I would say, about a month. And the reason for that, we'll go with Helios. And we will go with Ophelia. And the reason for that is because now we've got 3 enchanters as well as Dooms. So we'll keep those in. We'll go with the Grasp, we will go with Whirling Blade, and we'll go with the HP increase as well. But again, I found that, yeah, Athena, she's really grown on me over the course of the past month or so. I have got her at half red runes and at 15 stars. I think she's just really, really spot on as a unit. Now, she doesn't do altogether too much damage, but as you'll see in this, we're going to start doing a lot of damage with her, specifically after. So we get attacked here, and we're doing reflect damage. We apply the vital drain with Doris, and every time Athena takes action, so here she applies stacks of reflect rate and yeah, so she applies stacks of reflect rate, attack rate, or attack rate up to all of our team. Fortunately, able to survive that hit with Merlin there from Karnak. Karnak being the weakest out of all of these here, health-wise anyway. I don't think it's too bad losing out on Ophelia. She just dies wherever you put her, whatever you do with her, she always ends up dead. Fortunately, her ability goes through even after she's dead. So we should hopefully see Athena close things out here. Yeah, so that's the reflect damage kicking in from all of our team. Because we are increasing HP, we're increasing reflect rate as much as possible. Let me just move my big head out of the way. So 545% for reflect rate is more than good enough. I've seen it up to sort of 1700%, but that's only in seasonal content where you can increase the reflect rate exponentially as well. So we do get the stun on Karnak, so we've got no chance of dying. We did it in 4 rounds. Even with the loss of Ophelia, we're still going to get the full damage. The full set of stars. Now, finally, Strikers team. There's so many different Strikers teams that you can go for. Viable Strikers teams as well. So let me jump into the Strikers synergy here. Your big ones here. So you've got your 3 Glorians Strikers that you can go for. If you've got Cleo 8 stars, you can go for a 4 Strikers Glorians. Include Atrops on this team, absolutely fine. For me, the 3 strikers that you need to focus on, those 3 right there. So that is Atrops, that is Salim, and that is Nawi. As you can see, I've got their full red runes set up as well. But I think one of my favourite strikers teams would be, it's very, very, very glass cannony. But I think we should be absolutely fine with it. Let's go ahead and pop in a Mistfire as well. Now, there's no actual team synergy. It's just literally 5 strikers. And then what we'll do is we'll add in additional damage as well. So let's have fun. Let's go Night's Edge. Death Scythe and Night's Edge. And let's jump in. and we should be good to go on this one. If not, we can do a bit more of a tanky strikers team, and I'll show you that one in a second if we do fail this one. But it is mainly a Glorians strikers team. So as you can see, we applied the burn here as well. Potentially, might be better to put Sal on that back row, just so he combines with Mulan, giving that burn mechanic. But again, I think we should be absolutely fine here. I think once Sal does his big attack, yeah, absolutely, we should be good to go. Now we are building up attack as well. And we do get blessings from Seraphina. Now, as you can see, both Ellie and Medusa and Percival all have shields. Fortunately, with Seraphina's exclusive runes, we're able to go underneath shields, so we're able to ignore shields. I don't know why they introduced that into the meta. I really don't. Like, you base so many units off shielding. Audrey, Katrina, Macaria. Whoa.
May the departed find peace.
Yeah, it's why I prioritise Sal, just because of moments like that. So yeah. But again, I don't know why they added that into the meta. You can ignore shields. What's the point of shields? Anyway, that's it from me. That's where I'm going to leave it. I just want to say thank you very much for watching. If you do have any comments, if you think that you want to see any specific teams or any specific units in these videos, please do let me know. And yeah, just hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks very much for watching.